Right. What's up and good morning, everybody? It's been about a week, or not a week, it's been a couple of weeks since I installed the Rough Country Lift Kit, and I figured it's about time to do a review video. Uh, we'll start out with these front spacers here, or strut spacers, whatever you want to call them. You can see them right there. I, of course, gave them my own little touch. I like how the orange looks on there. Well, it's actually red, but it looks orange because I was trying to match it up with the calipers and keep kind of a theme going. I did not really have any issues installing this, minus, if you see right here, this is the stock mounting bolt for the strut, and then above it is the new, which you can see it right there, the nut for it, is the mounting stud, which would take place of this bolt, so it could bolt into place. Well, one thing I did not like is, since they've changed the design, it was a little bit of a booger to install. I mean, without any pressure, those studs will actually free spin, which is insane, because any other kit I've ever installed by Rough Country that was like this, I never had that problem. This is the first time I've ever had that issue. And I was really displeased with that. Another thing I didn't like was, I thought I wasn't going to have to cut the bump stops out, but I ended up having to cut the bump stops out, as you can see right there. I didn't like that either, but oh well. I mean, I had to do what I had to do without having to get the forged extended control arms, which is fine. It's no big deal. Pretty clean, simple install. It made the truck look good. That side doesn't look. This side doesn't look as good as that side. This side was a little bit more of a booger to cut than it was on that one. But the rear, of course, pretty self-explanatory. Minus having to take the lowering kit off. The lowering kit kind of made it a pain in the butt, and I'll show you why. All right. Alright, you see everything right there? Everything right there had to be flipped. Like the leaf springs, when the flip kit was installed, pretty much flipped all the mounting stuff over for the flip kit, which is understandable. It's a flip kit. But it did make it a little bit of a pain. It was more of a process to do the rear than it was the front. But it does look good. It's nice having all that factory stuff back in place, excluding the blocks and the U-bolts, and then of course the Rough Country shocks. And as you can see right here, this isn't the correct bolt up here. Whoever did the lowering kit, I guess, lost the correct bolts for this, so I had to pretty much just make something work. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. You see that? I'll probably end up buying the correct hardware. I just haven't been in too much of a rush to do it. It's not a big ordeal. I didn't know the original bump stops had been cut off and actually relocated on this truck either. As you can tell by looking there, you can see where it used to be. Same thing with that. Well, actually, this one don't even have a bump stop on this side. I didn't even notice that till just now. Well, we have one bump stop, and it's on that side. And then, of course, you can see right here where it used to be. This is actually an aftermarket kit that raises the perch for the leaf spring. You can see it's adjustable. It has another space. It can come back down. It's actually all the way up now, but it can come back down. Just ain't a big ordeal to bring it down right now. Actually, the back of the truck sits higher because I don't have the extended control arms on the front. So it's no big deal. Of course, the truck's a little bit muddy. I did have a little bit of fun at a friend's house this past weekend. Got a little bit of mud everywhere. But I like the stance it gave the truck. And all in all, it doesn't ride terrible. It rides rough just because on the front, it is kind of pegged out a little bit. I mean, it still has movement. It's not really necessarily pegged out. It just doesn't have a good angle. And then, the tires, they're up to about 50 psi. They're E-rated 10-ply tires, so there's a good bit of air pressure in them. But all in all, it looks good. Definitely definitely gave the truck a real nice look. It makes me happy till I lift it to that 7.5 mark. And you'll have to forgive the tires. They're not new. These were just some tires I had laying around. They were spares in case I had a blowout or something on my last truck. Cause I did have a 2500 before this truck that I ran these tires on, and these were just spares a buddy had that I got from him. But they made the truck look so much better. I was running the factory size tires on it for I'd say a good minute after I did the lift. Oh, I dropped some change on the ground when I got underneath there. Let's go back and get that. Pick that up. But all in all, it was worth, like I said, the lift was $100-something bucks. It was well worth the money I paid for it. I cannot complain a lick. I'd be upset if it had been, $600-700 for the lift kit. And it rode like it did, the height that it's at. But for $170, you can't go wrong. I mean, it looks a lot better. It's not sitting on the ground. I couldn't stand it being lowered. Nothing against lowered trucks. I mean, each his own. Everybody has their own preference and what they like. I personally don't like lowered trucks, so lifted is the way I go. And I can say I love it. Absolutely love it. Look at the little kitty. What are you doing? Hey, come here. Come here. Hey, what are you doing? Come here. What are you doing? But that's about it for this video. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up. I just wanted to do a little review on the 3.5 Rough Country lift without control arms. I will be getting the control arms. If you do have the money to splurge a little bit and actually purchase the control arms, definitely do it. Definitely. It saves you a lot of trouble. Like I said, we tried to do it without cutting the bump stops out, and it didn't work. I mean, the front end was nose diving real hard. It looked like a drag truck pretty much. So the best thing to do was just go ahead and spend the extra money, buy the extended control arms, because they save you from having to cut the bump stops out, just to get a little bit more travel out of the suspension and a better ride. But thanks for watching. Of course, like, subscribe. Have a wonderful day.